Hello, my name is Jackson Price, and I'm going to be convincing you of the addictive nature of technology. I chose this topic because this morning my Wi-Fi went out, and I found myself constantly checking my phone, just waiting for it to come back on, and it made me realize that every morning when I eat breakfast, I have a YouTube video, or I'm watching a show. When I'm getting ready, I have TikTok open, and it was really eye-opening this morning for me to see myself every minute instinctively going to grab my phone, and then realizing that I couldn't, and how it made me feel. That inspired me to today talk about the addictive nature. Now, phones are addicting because this feel-good chemical that your brain releases called dopamine. Dopamine is bad when overdosed because it can mess up your attention span and worsen anxiety. It messes up your attention span because something like TikTok, which you can open anywhere at any time and instantly get dopamine from, makes something like being in a classroom extremely boring. And it also makes things like exercise or something harder to get dopamine from feel pointless. Because why would I want to go to the gym or go on a run to feel dopamine when I can just open my phone and almost instantly get it? Get likes on Instagram or get a win on a video game. Those are all things that are extremely easy that will give you dopamine hits. It's also not good for your physical health. Um, Not just being on technology for hours and hours a day is bad for your eyes, bad for your brain, doesn't get you out and moving, and it's terrible for your sleep. Especially later in the day, looking at screens which produce blue light messes with your brain, and tricks it into thinking it's not actually nighttime and makes you feel less tired, which is actually contradictory to what most people believe. When even I do it sometimes, I'll put on a TV show when I'm going to bed to fall asleep, but in fact it's doing the opposite and making me stay up later. It's also addicting educationally. For example, you don't need to learn as much, or in something like a math class, you can straight up cheat almost all the way through it. I mean, why would you go through the extra effort of learning and understanding something when you can just look up the answer and put it in? It's 100 times faster. It's also a big proprietor of false information. I mean, you see just a video of someone using big words and talking fancy, and you automatically assume what they're saying is correct. Everyone's done it. But it's really bad for society because it can spread false information very quickly. A fun fact is 90% of US 2-year-olds have an online profile or play video games. Now, if you told someone that 20 years ago that 2-year-olds would be playing video games and have online profiles and that it was weird if you didn't, they would think you're crazy. But that's the reality today, and it's extremely normalized. And I'm actually glad that this morning I wasn't able to, because it was really eye-opening, and I thought it was something that a lot of people could listen to and maybe see in themselves. So thank you for listening.